Welcome back to the channel, guys. Arthur here from Giraffe Media, here to talk about the swingman from Arizona, Dalen Terry.
SouthGang beat.
The sophomore guard is a fiery competitor and a freak athlete who can jump out of the gym. While he isn't going to be a primary source of offense, he brings a lot of intangibles to a team. He averaged 8 points per game on 50% efficiency. He takes what the defense gives him and will only look to attack when absolutely necessary. Terry does show good pace and craftiness at times. He seems comfortable with either hand, but I expect him to continue being a low-volume scorer at the next level. At times, Terry does put his head down and drive straight into traffic, but the biggest issue I notice about his finishing is his touch. He seems to miss what should be easy layups entirely too often. His floater game especially needs a lot of improvement. The great thing about Terry, however, is that he won't take these shots very often. He understands his strengths and weaknesses and overall seems to be a high IQ player who only cares about winning. Dalen shot 36.4% from behind the arc on 2 attempts per game. He has a slow, steady release and will only shoot when wide open. I wouldn't count on him becoming a knockdown shooter, but his percentage is good enough to make the defense respect his shot. His slow release limits him from becoming a shot creator, which I think is fine. I wouldn't really call any part of his game a weakness, rather a limitation. What he is a great role player who can be a glue guy for any team. Terry's biggest asset on the offensive end by far is his playmaking ability. Although becoming more common by the day, a 6'7" point guard will always be a huge bonus. He has elite vision and will always lead his teammates to open looks. He's a dynamic playmaker who has a deep arsenal of passes. My NBA comparison for him is a much leaner Darvin Ham. Arizona utilized the high-to-low actions relatively often throughout the year, and Terry showed off his ability to make those passes consistently. The post-entry lob on a fronting defender has a deceptively high degree of difficulty. Dalen also showcased his ability to dish out bounce passes to backdoor cutters. His ability to fire off accurate passes from the baseline is the main reason I compare him to Darvin Ham. I expect Terry to get a fair share of hammer plays drawn up for him in the NBA. He was also a good passer out of the pick and roll. However, I do wish he would keep his dribble alive instead of picking up the ball before the roll man reaches the painted area. Terry also showed to be a great outlet passer to ignite the fast break. There really isn't a pass Terry is unable to execute. Being the fire competitor that Terry is, it's easy to see why he crashes the board with such persistence. He averaged nearly 5 a game with right over 1 offensive rebound. However, when watching games, it can feel like even more. He competes for every rebound and will use every inch of his vertical to secure these boards. Rebounding is a skill that almost always translates to the next level. His ability to crash the offensive board is another reason why I like the Ham comparison so much. He should be able to continue making those passes from the baseline once he secures the offensive rebounds in the NBA. Dalen Terry brings a lot to like defensively as well. He's 6'7" with a 7-foot wingspan and prides himself on that end. He's a pesky, disruptive defender who will frustrate his opponents on a nightly basis. He brings his high IQ and intense motor to the defensive end and all around will be a selfless winning player in the NBA. He also averaged 1.2 steals per game while looking like a defensive back on the court. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel to join the Draft Media family.